Alright, let's talk about the application security and signing processes for Android. So something to keep in mind for every Android application is that we will always be able to reverse engineer the application into its source code. We'll be able to change the source code, rebuild the Android application, re-sign it, and rerun it on our Android device. And because of this is why we want to only trust applications from certain places, such as the Google Play Store, because they have some additional processes to ensure that the application is actually legitimately made. But on the pen tester's perspective, this means that the attacker always has the advantage. We can always modify the application functionality. We can always change the application back to the source code, change it, or take a look at what the application developer actually did with the source code. And in this course, we're going to be using tools such as JADX GUI and APK tool to allow us to decompile an application into its source code. And the two processes here highlighted in the right-hand box is how application development looks for a developer. They'll be coding in Java or Kotlin and converting that code into DEX bytecode when they actually go and run the application. And the reverse engineer has the opposite process. They are starting with the DEX bytecode, which is given to them as part of the Android APK, converting that to Smalley, and then decompiling that Smalley into Java using tools such as JADX GUI or APK tool. And so here is kind of how an Android application looks when compared to a normal Java application. On our left hand side we have our normal Java application. We have our Java source code, which is put through a Java compiler and turned into Java bytecode, and then is run on the Java VM. As you can see on the right hand side, Android applications have some additional steps they need to go through just to ensure that that is running properly in a sandboxed environment on the phone. So you have your Java source code, which goes through the Java compiler. Again, a developer would be coding in Java. After it goes through Java compiler, it will be turned into Java bytecode, and then that will be converted into Dalvik bytecode. And on the bottom of this picture, it highlights the Dalvik VM. Just remember that today that Dalvik VM has been replaced by the Android runtime. And so when we talk about application signing, this is actually very important for our applications, because if our application is signed by some third-party person or a malicious user and we go and run it, it could have changed source code within it, right? So anyone can go out there, modify an application, and try to publish it to the Play Store or publish it on some third-party application store, right? So how do we ensure that an application actually is safe, or that it has its integrity, right? And the answer here is public key cryptography. And how this works is that basically a developer will be signing their application with certain types of keys, and we'll see this when we look through the application, where we'll be able to see different types of signature schemes. So today there are three methods of APK signature schemes. We have version 1, version 2, and version 3, each with additional security as you go up those different schemes. Many applications these days are signed with either version 2 or version 3. And in addition, Google has actually implemented a special version of signing called Google Play Signing, which adds another unique signature to the application. If we look at our process on the top hand corner of the screen, you'll see the developer has their own key that they're uploading to the Google Play Store. The application, when they build it in Android Studio, for example, that application is signed by that key. When they upload it to Google, Google also provides an app signing key that is unique to that application. So it prevents people from trying to impersonate the Google Play Store or making someone think that the application is legitimate when it's truly not. After the application is signed by both parties, then it will go out to the user via the Google Play Store. And when we talk about in this course, when we're rebuilding and re-signing applications, we're going to be using three different tools: Key Tool, Jar Signer, and Zip-Align. And this will become important when we're actually modifying source code for injection of our tool called Frida. So we'll be actually changing some source code in this course, and then rebuilding the application using these tools. Key tool will help us to generate keys to sign the application with. Jar signer will actually execute the signing, and zip align will zip up the entire application and make sure that it's meeting all the specifications and that everything is aligned properly for the application to run on our Android phones. So that's everything there is to know about application signatures in Android. Just remember that they're very important when it comes to ensuring the application's integrity and ensuring that these applications are signed when they come to you as the end user. And also something to keep in mind is that Android phones have to have the applications be signed. If the application is not signed, it will not run on your Android phone. So it's part of the native security when it comes to running any applications on your Android phone.